In the midst of a world full of insecurity, people are increasingly hungry for an ideal image. That AI is strong enough to carry all the misery, confident enough to never flinch, integrity enough to be trusted. They don't need him to be perfect. Just stand up and smile and say, everything will be fine. But when the whole society put your faith in a shadow like that, then what happens? When the Kia halo starts to crack, when the praised one is no longer strong enough to stand, do we still believe in what's right? Or are we just clinging to the outer shell of an empty ideal? The Michello Academy did not create a god and then collapse with you. Plus this anime series, skillfully unraveling two sides of a symbol, people and legends. Oh, Mike, the #1 hero of the super world, is the embodiment of the perfect ideal with an open smile and shoulders that carry society. But what makes him a symbol? It's not really about muscle strength. It's about courage. Dare to face your own limits. You are the guiding light, not because you can't be defeated, but still smiling even when my mother's blood is all over. Keep your hands out even though you know you can't save them all. It's never selfish, it's never demanding a reward. Mike fights because he wants to be good. And he believes that others can do the same. Even better. But the light gets brighter. The darkness is getting darker. And it's that almighty ideal that when it's absolute, it gave birth to pressures it's hard for a single person to handle. So what happens when the symbol of faith begins to waver? Come with us on our journey, oh my. From an inspiring parasite to the bearer, consequences of the image you create. In the world of My Hero Academia, superpowers or cubes does not appear in order or selectively. That explodes unexpectedly to overthrow all the old foundations of human society. The moral standards, the law, and the concept of justice suddenly became lax. Each individual can have a different power, strong and weak. In the beginning, power was used as a tool to improve the quality of life, like lighting up the room or helping old people cross the street. But very quickly, the line between tools and weapons is blurry. When people with powerful abilities choose to use power for personal gain, social order, people slip out of the traditional container. The police cannot control the robberies. The killer can fly. People are helpless by those who can control fire or teleportation threat. A society that was built on law, outthrust into chaos by one simple thing. It's not that AI stops the power to do the right thing. And then when my faith in justice crumbled, people just cringe in fear. A steady back emerges amid the rubble. Bring a bright smile. And the slogan as a vow. We're already here. Oh, Mike, a symbol of hope that doesn't just stop crime. It's about restoring something even more precious. Faith and goodness. Just listen to the cry of Omar. We'll be there immediately and save people with overwhelming power and speed. The 6th century saved 100,000 lives. It's hard to compare. Not only that, Almighty Hero is also a terror for 7. The criminals after the defeat of Oxford won. The gods have to hide in the dark. The ice is thick and strong. Home, recognized as a symbol of world peace. But few AI know that Omad is inherently a powerless person. You used to have no power, just flushing the water pipe to protect that one AI next door. Despite the limited power, the rational spirit of Omat, or Boyaki Toki Nori, it's still huge. Thanks to that nice guy. Empowered by the power of 1-4. To confront the evil 0-for-1. You ignite faith in a bright future. For the people who are exhausted by despair. With perseverance and dedication, what day is Yaki? Has become a myth of honor. He alone occupies the top 1 position in the superhero, rankings. Become the idol of thousands of people. In the golden age of hero #1. Overwhelming feat. That's a lot of people watching. Oh my. As the only individual capable of sustaining an entire society. Superpower, ironically. Oman has forgotten that. A hero's strength doesn't come from his muscles. It's the righteous faith that burns in him. He himself once told his master that an impotent there's no sense in superhero society. The more it's celebrated. Myth drifting from the beginning is a weak yaki boy, endlessly running forward to help any difficult AI that people identify with muscle mass, unmatched power, and all-American feat. This is also reflected in the contrast in All Mike's superhero name, and Miroya was given the power by him. When practicing, Myth erased the old name. It's like turning your back on a weak beginning. Midori, meanwhile, chose the moniker of emigration. It's called a joke, assigned by his classmates since he was helpless. This name gives you a spiritual meaning. Ever stop trying and still maintain the pristine good values. Gradually forget the human roots. God, Mike, create unrealistic standards with power. The heroes have to carry it all. Any AI that's not strong enough will be considered inferior. The first time we met, he even denied the Miroya boy's dream. Impotent is Zuko, but the law is willing to reach out. Help others like yourself before. That very denial reflects the way that Omad has imposed limits on himself. He denies the past powerless to be an untouchable model. The way to act regardless. Perfection created by corrupting oneself. Make Oma. It becomes an invisible burden for the followers. Superheroes top 2. Gildev destroys family for wanting to overcome Omit. Miroya boy gets empowered by Omai, but obsessed with the heroic ideal. That made me fight to the death. Not only that, the symbol of peace always smiles in the face of difficulties. Also distorted into idolatrous culture. Like a fever inflated by emotio, people see heroes as perfect gods to celebrate the hope. Don't miss the hot opportunity. Brands racing to collaborate with heroes to promote products, increase sales. Superheroes become fashionable careers to get money and fame. In exchange for blind admiration, heroes are not allowed to be human with weakness or fatigue. They are imposed harsh standards of image and duty. Endlessly compared to the shining image of Mike took a step. You can turn an idol into a criminal and make a career out of it. So many superheroes start measuring more before each task, instead of carelessly rushing to save that one AI. Superpower society is growing. Superheroes increase CA in number. The job in charge. It makes people more indifferent in front of the victim. A lost child full of fear, or who's been tragically harmed by the bad guys. There will be a hero to help, so I don't have to do anything. Society at first glance seems united, but it's riddled with cracks inside. Many people are proud of their illusions, protected by justice. We should be able to put on a leash of different individuals. The majority norm. Mike saved the world, but it creates unpredictable sprouts. Right in society, there's a lot of chains for those who are engaged. Into the road. Is that hero Omai? They can hold all expectations in front of an increasingly sinister enemy. What can you do with the darkness created by the glow of self? When the power goes down, the damage is too big to hide. What to do when the world goes back in time? Dark. Since the battle over, one has to hide. For a while, Olmet also had to carry serious injuries. Hide the hurt to continue the act. The hero was forced to bite his teeth and swallow the pain and reduce the duration of the session. Only a few hours a day. Faith is maintained by false truths. It will also break. Over one again came out and extinguished. There's fire left in my career. Heroes of Mike. Falling down painfully from the top. Mike, forced to question his own criminal career. Belief in the ideal image. And the enormous influence of Oma. More and more disgruntled fans when that perfect image falls apart. Next generations are trapped into big shadow, always compared to a legend. And it's impossible to fill a void that's too big. The smile turned off the peace. The strongest defender is overthrown. The seeds of darkness rise spontaneously. Individuals who are scorned and tortured, they are discriminated against because they deserve it. Eldest son of Underwear. Burned to the ground, fooled by overtaking ambition Mike. The unwitting victims of a commune. Assembly runs according to what is flashy. It's a criminal alliance led by Chikaki. instead of the grandson of the Omana master. The villain is unwillingly manipulated. 0 for 1. Should embrace the superhero society. Tragedy heaps pain, stalemate prolongs disaster. 7 consecutive defeats of superheroes. Along with the dark past of the hero Ildave, the more people condemn superheroes because the dark sides are lit, leading to the current crisis. When the world is in chaos, people are more pessimistic and afraid. The passionate fans turn to blame. Tearing humiliated, the heroes tasted the glory on the peak of fame as a living sacrifice of sinners who do not live up to enemies in the foreign enemy makes the hero's life fragile. Superheroes are no longer supported. Every attempt to change the blood, wounds, and bodies covered in mud. Just getting the cold back. Just blame and chatter. And this becomes humiliating to these extraordinary individuals used to play the role of Sao, received all the words with wings. Once the benefits are gone, series of superheroes shake off their retirement waiting for a future to come. And then, oh, Mike realized. You were too arrogant, proud and domineering by the light of glory, and I don't see the shadows I make. Only by being on the sidelines. Keep your eyes open to the world being trampled. The new hero understands that fighting alone is not enough. You've spent your whole life on the cause, but never helped people learn how to building a better future. The depths of my soul. You don't know what you're worth. It is no longer a symbol of peace. There is no more divine power. Oh, myth is so helpless with the situation. Ow! There's nothing you can do to advise the Miroia boy. They carry extremist ideas that true heroes are not allowed to fall and have to fight to the last breath. It's not just physical decay. The sinister tricks, toying with the lives of All for One. It makes the immature hero lose his mind. Metroia obsessed with the thought of carrying it all on her own, and willing to sacrifice themselves in exchange for peace. Like Oma before. So I stepped in the footsteps of a fallen car. Boy neglect himself. Shuffled to shake and wear fake smiles. Created to deny you all the support. As a price to pay for fate, you must bear the ultimate power of 1-4. Ironically, tired eyes without any light. My clothes are covered in blood in the mud. People don't know. You're a hero of hope. Or the evil sowing terror. Goes against the hero symbol itself. Always smiling in the midst of trouble. To move the motivatio. Until he returned to the academy, the Olmat cannot protect the air. Before the wave of people's attacks, filled with fear. Blame yourself. Olmat forgets those who still cherish what you contribute, and inherit the righteous fire to fight. No danger. Olmat keep running under the ideal scenario, and then forget about the lives that are saved. I will always give you gratitude. To once again regain people's trust, Olmat must first rediscover his faith in himself. What no one expected. He's a huge fan. Help Omai rekindle my faith. Crook hero name admires Omis to extremes. Had to unpack the calendar for the murder of the heroes he claims. Feng Bot. While many self-proclaimed heroes, our mission is to protect justice, but they're blinded by fame and privilege. A killer-like stand. Back to the ideals of Omike. When there's no benefit, but still willing to help others. That's the sign of a true hero. In Master of Might, is the only embodiment of a true hero? Dare to carry the world on your shoulders without asking for anything for yourself. You've never fought for acclaim. Never put a personal ceremony on in the lives of others. That's why. The name still doesn't turn its back when the idol falls. He even found a way to remind us that you're not admired for your superhuman strength, but because of his smiling face in all adversity. Omi fire. That ignited the passion inside so many people, and it's blown up into a powerful fire. The last woman saved by Omi. Despite the danger, to erase the stain on the hero's statue, the students, still waiting Omike, lead them into a better future. On the battlefield, the heroes are still fighting, thanks to the inspiration that comes from the leading hero. Take a look at the positive impact I made. Omat has the motivation to keep living. As Ayawa said, go ahead and stay in the superhero academy. That's enough for a lot of people to get up. You don't have to play the American god. Amai allows herself to be weak, shed the tears that have held back so long, and return to the essence of a Yakitoki Nori. Never stop fighting for the right. Follow the student who moved sincerely but soaking wet. He recognized the true hero. People who are willing to give encouragement, holding hands or fighting without interest. To save that one. That's it, every human being. Whether you have superpowers or not, you're a hero. Recover heat from the mind. The fire's still burning in my veins. Oh my! Make the most of the unmatched power of superheroes. For a while. With knowledge, experience, he played a key role in the war. Finally, in terms of combat experience, Rare AI confronts O for 1 as much as O Mike. Understand the enemy. O Mike and his team devise a split strategy. Soldiers in the midst of chaos. Every hero, it's designed to maximize power and help turn the tide of the battle. But that's not enough to stop the four. Evil guy. The ability to take away the superpowers of others. The scammer access tricks to flip the rafters. Despite fighting countless casualties, the hero's side can only make him unleash you. The last one is to use the superpower of continuous regeneration. The side effect is reverse aging. Just Foful used the power. He will get younger, until just a child and disappeared. But there's no AI left to deal with the evil one. In the second half of the war, trump card Miroria must stretch herself to stop. The hand that carries the DK power of Shikaki destroy Japan with one touch. Series of exhausted superheroes. After the terrible battles, even the lives have fallen. Because the power gap is so large, the moment Aqua 1 meets Shikaki, it will officially put an end to humanity. We're already here. Oh, Mike's voice echoed. In the midst of the most desperate moment, he stood in front of the Demon King, as the last of mankind. As a god, Omiho, I am Iron Ma. No, you didn't shout. It's just a cool transformation to the Amit or Night state. With all the capital accumulated throughout his career, Mike ordered the state-of-the-art armor design. Integrate technology inspired by the students. Even though my teammates think this is a suicide. But oh Mike, I've never been in a mindless battle. With a keen sense of observation, the same combat experience, he seamlessly combines superpowers. To create maximum efficiency, both use a lot of power at the same time. But the essence of Oxford 1, it is the deprivation of others. The opposite of him is Orman. Remember the unity and solidarity of your team to be more worthy of things that an individual cannot carry. Each of your blows, it's the culmination of years of fighting, of the lessons etched in the flesh and blood. You're not just dealing with the Oxford 1, but also to face the fear of 7 defeats. With the guilt of someone who used to be number 1. With a desire to make a difference even if it's small. Different from before, All Might no longer tries to do everything alone. It's not just that. Decreased power is an opportunity for the mind to flourish. At the moment of decisio, the hero makes a surprise move to turn the perfect game around. Arranged by OF01. You choose the moment. Time is alive. To stop OF01 is aging backwards. Every time I use my superpower, by using the familiar guise of the Oppo 1, it's psychological warfare. All Might just held onto the machine, so that the enemy can't take his eyes off the powerless. Though worn and no longer perfect, All Might still did not forget to show a confident smile. To affirm the spirit of bravery before the enemy. Ferocious. The strategy of free for 1,000 livestream around the globe. It would make everyone more desperate. But it is the courage and the efforts of the hero of the end of time has lit a powerful fire in the hearts of the people. We are over one in the darkness of fear. The power of the Auto 1 is connectivity. A lot of people, even though they don't know, hold my hand and pray for justice. Even though the power gap, it cannot be filled with prayers MI's organs are powered by limited technology. You can't fight the evil one. In a magical way, the flapping of wings comes from prayers all over the globe that made the wind get Yen a mic in time and save the hero's life. Look at the man whose time is burning endlessly. With arrogant laughter, I believe young people will have faith. In the midst of the wind, you try so hard, but you're not recognized. Every effort seems wasted. Buried in the negative, you feel helpless, stuck, and flawed. But how many shoes? I can't help myself get through it. We can't dream of having superpowers like gentlemen on some rare occasion, but we have the right to decide. We'll phase Ross out with adversity. It's like, oh Mike, just laugh at the difficulties, to accept the hurt and the lack, and move forward with all that I have. Run well. If you are tired, sit down. The important thing is not to give up. Life is a long journey. To realize our ideals. Like a helpless Yakuto Chinori boy, I wanted to be a symbol of peace. To banish the darkness inside the people who are afraid. Confinement. The journey of Oh My. It's actually the process of a normal person looking for strength and trust to overcome the obstacles in life. You may be fortunate to inherit a tremendous resource to win the sweet glory. But what doesn't come from within? Then it's time to leave. Once back to the starting point, there's only one way to go back inside to find the source and light the fire. Enthusiasm. It's driven us to act from day one. Maybe life is still that hard, but we've grown up. Through our relentless efforts to keep our feet steady, a steady soul and a lighter mind. No matter how tough, you are still the one who decides. We'll cry or laugh at every adversity. Wish you will always smile after the tears. To continue writing the heroic story of my life,